All right, we're performing a little elective surgery on the little Honda today. I'm going to be putting on this MSR aluminum bash plate on the bottom of it to protect it from rocks. Kids keep falling down on it. I haven't crashed it yet, but I will. So you can see it's good thick aluminum, and it's around $100 to $120 depending on where you shop. I got it from J.C. Whitney. So first of all, when you're picking a bash plate for your bike, what's most important? I'd say you want to get one, obviously, that's made of sturdy material, which this is. This one weighs about 5 pounds, so it does add weight to the bike, but it is super strong. So when you're buying a bash plate, you want to get one that protects both the bottom of your motorcycle and the side of your motorcycle. There's a couple of different options. So if we look at the plate that's on there now that came with it from the factory, you can see, first of all, it's plastic. It has taken a beating, but it only covers the kind of front and bottom part of the motorcycle. So what this new one does is it covers all the way to the back of the engine, and it also has wings on the side that are going to protect it. So when you're buying a bash plate, I highly recommend buying one with wings. Then you'll feel more confident and secure when you're riding. It sounds like a MaxiPad commercial from the 1980s. Next, if I had the energy, I'd go ride a horse and do cartwheels and maybe go swimming, but I don't. This is not a MaxiPad commercial from the 1980s. This is a bash plate install video. So goes on there like that. And you can see those wings really do protect the engine from stuff like, you can see I've hit a rock here and here. And eventually, of course, if that makes a hole, then you're walking home. So this will prevent all that. And the hardware is pretty simple. This front bolt lines up with the stock one. And then for the other points, you've got these little hooks that hook onto the frame rails, and you just screw them down. The only thing they recommend is using anti-seize compound on the bolts. The heads are these little star pattern deals, so it's not an Allen wrench. You'll have to make sure you have that kind of bit to be able to drive it in. So putting it on is fairly simple. The front bolt on this bike matches up to the hole that was used for the previous bash plate. There's a washer on this side, and then there's a washer on the other side. It's kind of a spacer because there's a little bit of an indentation there. Your bike will vary depending on what bike you have. So I get that one started loose, then I can move this around and kind of wrangle these other ones into place. There's 2 on the back and 1 on the front. Put some of this anti-seize compound inside of the nuts. You can get that at any auto parts store. So you can see inside of the nut there's a little bit of crud in there, which is anti-seize compound, and that's going to just make sure that we can unscrew it when we need to. Alright, here's the final install. The bolts are torqued down. The only one I'd worry about is this bolt in the middle. You can see it hangs down lower than the rest of the bash plate, so that's going to become a bash bolt. The stock Honda bolts were recessed. The bolts on the back, the plate kind of arches, so you know the ones on the back aren't really in the way. They could still get banged, but the one I worry about most is this front one. And I can still get a socket in there to reach my oil filter bolt from the side, and then they've given me this rectangular hole for the oil to run out of, so you could still change your oil without taking the plate off, which is pretty cool. Alright, there's the final product in the sunlight. So if you want to go for a motorcycle ride on a summer's eve and you fall down, you won't experience any embarrassing leakage or wetness. This will protect your bike from all that. Once again, I say you can buy bash plates that just cover the middle, but you definitely want to get one with wings for superior protection and comfort and confidence.